welcome here.
Hey.
Could you please introduce yourself a bit?
Yeah, I'm Karim Sahai. I'm a visual effects supervisor. I work in the film industry, mostly film and TV. And I'm here with Maria, my wife, and we are here teaching a Houdini course at Visual Magic.
So how are you experiencing the North here?
Well, the North is, we come here pretty often. I mean, in Sweden, Norway, the North is kind of our second way of life a little bit. We live in the tropics as well, so we go back and forth. But coming here in winter to do a workshop in Houdini, it's a bit dark, so we kind of stay focused indoors most of the time and looking at things with the students. And for me, it's a fantastic experience to be in touch with such motivated students, really hardworking, super focused, and it's kind of a revelation being here and doing that stuff. We heard about Visual Magic, Maria and I, quite a few times. And when we got in touch, we're like, well, we got to come and check it out physically. I mean, we could do things remotely, but it's always good to meet face to face. And coming here has been, it's a bit surreal to find so much talent in such, I would say, relatively speaking, remote area. Really quickly, what was very evident to us is that the students, I don't know what the recipe is with Visual Magic, how they do it, but the caliber of students, that every single one we met, was really quite impressive. So that means that we can teach more stuff, more in depth, faster. But where we come in with, with our expertise and experience in the professional world is kind of giving them a little bit more of a behind the scenes picture of what it is really to work on the kinds of projects that we work on. Because typically that remains a little bit mythical, a little bit kind of obscure and maybe not really completely discovered, not really talked about. So it's also good to talk about what the opportunities are, of course, in visual effects for games and film and TV. But the way the technology is evolving is that there are many, many different avenues that are coming up that are here now that in which they can use their skills and use them in ways that they may not have suspected initially.
You travel the world to a lot of different sets and do a lot of different VFX productions, but you also teach at different schools. Do you see anything that resembles this anywhere else?
I would say different parts of the world. Maria and I teach around the world. We have a base also in Singapore, in Southeast Asia. I would say the style of teaching varies a lot based on the culture, based on of course, everybody learns differently. They are taught differently, so they learn differently. What's very different here is that students tend to have, or they've demonstrated, we've observed that they're multi-talented. And of course, when we're talking about visual effects, when you go into a big studio on big productions, you tend to specialize in one thing, or you may have many talents, but you tend to specialize in one thing and go down that path. But what we've noticed is that they seem to have a lot of different areas where they're pretty good at a lot of things. And so this makes them ideal candidates for the sort of like smaller type companies, which usually there are more type of smaller companies than big studios, right? And to me, personally, I would say that's a highly valuable skill set to have. If you're able to be at ease in Unreal, be at ease in Houdini, be at ease in compositing, be at ease in capturing images for whatever it is that you want to use them for, it makes you much more valuable to any company that comes with a IP, for example, a particular game or whatever. And by being multi-talented so early in your training and keeping that practice going makes, in my mind, a much more valuable, human asset, as opposed to somebody who only specializes in one area.
That sounds like you believe that the students we have will actually be employed in the industry.
I have no doubt about that. I mean, we hire people as well on projects, and for me, it's a no-brainer. I think you have many, many, many high-caliber people coming in, but also going out, and I have no doubt that they will be extremely valued wherever they go in life afterwards.